Hello, and I'm going to call this one 2, just Unit 2 for astronomy. This is going to be motions of the sky, naked eye astronomy. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to push play. Then we get rid of the atmosphere so we can actually see things. Beautiful middle of the Milky Way galaxy. Here is Sagittarius the teapot. Scorpius, which is located right in here, my constellation. So the ecliptic goes off in this direction, and we're just going to push play. And I'm looking, let me move over to the east first. Looking at the east, and what we should see here is stars rising. And as you see that they rise, they head towards the southern sky. They're arcing in this direction. And if I actually look toward the south, they come up like that big bright star right there, comes up and loops back down and disappears. So the arc from the east, they reach the meridian, this high point in the arc, and then they head back down. West, they actually are sinking, coming in from the south. And then looking north, they're all going around that star, Polaris. And if I actually I should probably throw this thing on there. You can see Polaris isn't quite at the North Celestial Pole, but it's pretty darn close. If I look to the west, looks like the lines are coming down from the south. If you look this direction, they do arc, and these are lines of declination. Here's right ascension. You can see there's 10 hours, there's 11 hours. Here comes the sun right on. Do they give you degrees? Minus 15, minus 20, minus 10. There it is right there. 0 degrees as the sun goes up. And you can see 0, or actually it's minus 5. It's not at 0 because that's where it would have been in September. It's actually minus 5, sinking to a low point of 23.5, which is going to put it way down here. So it eventually will set in this direction. And the last place I want to look, actually that's everything, we've seen it there. So now what I'm going to do is go up to the location window, and I'm going to go to the equator, which is right there. And now I'm going to close this, and we'll look south. And as we look south, you can see that the north-south celestial pole is that location. If I look to the east, things rise straight up, and they go directly over my head. Things in the northern hemisphere are actually spinning this direction, the direction they should, right around Polaris, which you can see right there in the north celestial pole. So I'm just a little bit high. Can I get closer to the equator? Let me actually just get rid of all those. And it doesn't matter where we are in terms of that. And now when I look to I should see the north celestial pole in that direction. I should see things rising straight up out of the east. And the south celestial pole located behind this bush and maybe a little bit under the horizon. Maybe there's a bit of a hill there. And if I look to the west, things are actually coming straight down from my zenith directly into the equator. Okay, and then the last location I want to go to, if we can go down to the South Pole, and let me actually make this 90 degrees, and close that. And as we look to the east, there is no east. It's all north. So it looks like I can get a little closer to the North Pole. I don't know how I can do that though. And if you notice the lines of declination, nothing is rising, nothing is setting. Things are just moving around. And there's the sun. And if I follow the sun around, they are going to have 24 hours of, oh, I went to the South Pole, didn't I? So every direction is north. And the sun is down here just a little bit above the horizon. If I actually went to the date, and let's go back to the 7th, let's go to the around the 22nd, sun just makes the horizon for the first time in 6 months. If I go just a little bit later, like let's make it now, which I didn't do because I had too many things open. Is that close? No. Today is the 6th, 2016, and there's the sun. And if I go to the North Pole, things are actually rotating the other direction. They were going this way in the South Pole. They're actually going this way in the North Pole, and that's because we're looking left on one and right on the other. And I showed that to kids in class. And if you watch Betelgeuse, Betelgeuse is going to go around because this line of declination, which is the +5, 0 is right on the equator. We even have fireflies at the North Pole. Imagine that. But that 5-degree line is going to go all the way around. There's Mercury. Mercury will rise and fall as it goes in towards the sun. Looks like the sun is located right there. And that's all I wanted to show, is how these things move. There's the North Celestial Pole with Polaris. Here is the South Celestial Pole. Whoops. There's the South Celestial Pole. Let me actually go back up to the ground. Let me get rid of the ground because the Earth definitely gets in the way of the South. And notice that there's nothing in the South Celestial Pole, no stars. There is a couple of really dim stars that you could maybe see, like that star right there, but nothing real close to the North Celestial Pole like there is in our location. Okay, that was 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Thank you. Bye.